Hello, wonderful. This is Tax Coach Susan, protecting taxpayers by empowering and illuminating you with easy to understand tax classes. All right, today I'm going to bring 6 crucial tax updates for this year 2020. They're very important and they're very common. But before, I just want to announce that if you're a business owner and you need order to find a way to multiply your savings in the right territory, which is the tax territory or the no tax territory, take this short and simple class to kill distraction and procrastination. I mean, this year 2020 has gotta be wartime against confusion. This class is going to show you a tool to speed you to your wealth multiplication destination faster. So visit me at susancare.com, where I live there 24/7. All right. The very first tax update, what you see in your screen right now, that is the very first day the IRS opens its doors. And they're going to close April 15th this year. So I want to talk with you guys about 3 different most common tax credits, and it's the earned income credit, the child tax credit, and the credit for other dependent. So let's start with the first one, the earned income credit. The maximum credit is, and this applies no matter where you go. It's always the same thing. 1 + 1 = 2. No matter which accountant you go, because these numbers are out there for the entire United States for those who qualify. So the maximum credit is $6,660 for 3 qualified children for families that earn less than $56,844 when they file married filing together, or $5,920 for 2 qualified children for families that make less than $53,330 when they file married filing together or married filing jointly, and $3,584 for 1 qualified child for families when they file married filing jointly and they make less than $47,646, and $538 for families with no children that make less than $21,710 when they file married filing jointly. And of course, to start getting this earned income credit, they need to have a minimum income of $2,500 and have earned less than $3,650 in investment income. So if they have over this amount, they do not get this credit anymore. And this of course is for individuals with Social Security number. And then we have number 3 is the child tax credit. The maximum amount is $2,000 and up to $1,400 is refundable. And married people who make less than $440 can get this credit, or singles who make less than $240,000. Now, this child tax credit is for children who were still 16 years old on December 31, 2019. And for this one, they also need Social Security number. Next is the credit for other dependent. For your children who are over 17 years old, this would apply. So it is up to $500 and it reduces your tax liability. So after you do your taxes, you have a federal tax due amount. That $500 will reduce it. And same thing here for married couples that earn less than $440,000, they still get these $500 credit. Or for single individuals who make less than $240,000. Now, this credit is for taxpayers who have dependent children who are 17 years old or older, or who have parents that they support or family members, as long as they earn less than 4,200 and they provided over 50% of their financial support. And most families would need to have lived with the taxpayers, except parents. You can have your parents, you can help them. They can live anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the world. If you give them, if they have Social Security, and you give them that 50% support. And for this type of credit, you can have an ITIN and still get the credit. All right, number 5, the standard deduction. For those who were born after January 2nd, 1955, is $12,200 for single or married filing separate, and $24,400 for married filing jointly, and last, $18,350 for head of households. Now, if the individual was born before this date, then they get an extra $1,650. If that individual is blind, they get an extra $1,650 above or in addition to those standard deductions that you see on the screen. And last, as a reminder, there is no penalty for not having health insurance. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you did have health insurance through the marketplace, you still need that form. It's just that you're not going to pay a penalty if you didn't have it. But if you had it through the Obamacare or health or the marketplace, you still want to have that form. All right, so as a reminder, so that you invest your time and your time is not wasted, you want to make sure to verify all your documents before you start the process of your taxes. Pretend you're going to an awesome chef and he's gonna make a really good steak with a salad and maybe mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes, and this is gonna be a really good, fabulous, tasty meal. So you take the sweet potatoes, you take the salad, you take all the other stuff, and then you forget the steak, or maybe you take bacon or sausage instead of the steak. That chef, no matter how good that chef is, he's not going to be able to make the meal that you are expecting. So you want to make sure to bring all of the documents, everything that you need, the right documents also, so that that accountant can really prepare your taxes the right way. And some of the common forms are the W-2. You want to make sure you bring the actual W-2 and not the last paycheck, because the IRS has made it illegal many years ago to use the last paycheck. And then we have Form 1099 Miscellaneous, 1099 INT, which is your interest income, or 1099 DIV, which is your dividends income if you have some money in mutual funds. The next one is if you're self-employed, you want to have that page that shows your entire earnings and your total expenses categorized in order for the entire 2019. We also call it profit and loss, but it's really just a page that shows all your profit and all of the expenses in order. And then we have also the 1099-R, which is your retirement distribution. You want to remember that. And or Social Security income statement, or the Form 1098-T for education expenses if you had them, and receipts for your payments of the taxes, interest, and insurance that you pay for your home. You may not use it. You will use it only if those taxes, interest, and insurance and medical expenses are a lot more than your standard deduction. If all of that, when you add up all that, it's not more than your standard deduction, then you don't need to itemize. You don't need all of those receipts. Then you take the standard deduction. You take whichever is more. And honestly, like 90% of the people do not itemize. And of course, your unexpired license or ID and your payment. Because sometimes we are so busy gathering so many different papers that we don't truly understand, and we forget like some of those important things. So last, I want to remind you that mail is still the way the IRS communicates. Some of the types of frauds right now are they ensure they can suspend your social security number or suspend the payment of your social security number, or they request aid for natural disasters, or they post as an IRS representative by email, by telephone, and they even will guide you to the real IRS website to create trust so you can give them your personal information. Or they post as a tax preparer to process your taxes for free, and so you can give them your personal information. Or they ask that you return your refund because it was sent to you in error, or they insist for you to pay the IRS for a balance that you didn't even know. And sometimes it can get very intense. Actually, one of my clients called me and he was really irritated because he actually does all the IRS, but he's been making payments every month, and they call him really, really insisting for him to make payments to them. And so I'm glad he didn't. He called me and we got that squared away. But just be aware that unfortunately they're getting better, and we need to just be aware that, and remember always that the IRS sends communication by mail, not email, not telephone. That's very rare that will happen. All right, and I wish guys the best tax season this year because it's 2020, like Vision 2020. You can see better, right? So thank you guys. Have an awesome day and high five. If you like this video, please subscribe, share with your family and friends. I will embrace your inspiring comments. Until next time, remind your heart to smile and fight for your dreams with honor and undying determination. Thank you so much.